Неделю назад здесь бои были. Неделю, 4 дня назад. Все в технике, пизда нахуй.
И вот они мы,
Ну да.
эхо войны.
А это вот начало дорога смерти. Не знаю, там
Господи,
будет.
помоги нам.
Ну да, вот это все нам еще ебашить, ебашить и ебашить.
Да.
Это все так оно. Ладно. Дальше еще посмотрим. Это был квадрик.
Вон, мотор.
Охуеть. Вон кто-то, блядь, спальник проебал. БМП. Боевая машина пехоты.
Тоже была.
Была. Все, что от нее осталось.
Ну, понятно, спустили.
Но из-за... вот так вот разъебывают все нахуй. Это он. Таблеточка. А? Таблеточка была. Так вот разъебашивают.
Azov, a volunteer brigade whose decade-old nationalist origins have made it a target of Russian propaganda, plans to form an international battalion to boost its numbers as Ukraine heads into a fourth year of full-scale war. This is reported by The Guardian. The unit commander, whose call sign is Karl, said Azov largely hoped to recruit people with military experience. "We are fighting to not let Russia come closer to Europe," he said, arguing that if Ukraine were to fall, Moscow would go on to threaten Poland, the Baltic states, and other nations. Non-Ukrainians seeking to join Azov have to complete a recruitment process, including interviews in Kiev, which Karl said includes a psychological assessment and a polygraph test to check they do not work undercover for Russian special forces. Initial training will last 2 to 3 months. After training, those willing to stay on are expected to join infantry assault units. Azov is now operating near Toretsk in the east of Ukraine, a ruined town split between both sides' armies. The unit continues to demonstrate high combat effectiveness, making it one of the most popular among Ukrainians. Azov was created as a volunteer militia in 2014, but over the years of the war, it has become a professional and very powerful brigade. Although in the past it has been questioned for its political ideology, the unit has changed significantly over the past decade. The US, which previously refused to supply it with weapons, lifted the ban, acknowledging that Azov has not committed human rights violations. The brigade gained legendary status after the heroic defense of Mariupol in 2022, when fighters held positions at the Azovstal plant until their last bullet. Although many of them were captured by the Russians, the spirit of Azov remained a symbol of resistance and fortitude. In 2014, Azov also liberated Mariupol from Russian occupiers. Azov's decision to recruit English-speaking volunteers reinforces the international aspect of the Ukrainian resistance. This unit has become a shining example of fighters from different countries uniting for a common goal to protect Ukraine and Europe from Russian aggression.
Amidst intensified fighting between the Congolese army and M23 rebels in the east of the country, the Congolese army announced this weekend that it had pushed back the M23 from South Kivu and recaptured several key towns in North Kivu and South Kivu provinces. Guillaume Jike Keiko, a Congolese army spokesperson, told reporters that the army had pushed back rebels from several localities, including Lumbashi, Ruzarantika, Kamatali, Baitagata and Kabingo in South Kivu. He also said that the strategic town of Ngungu, in Masisi territory in North Kivu, had been recaptured. From Ngungu, a local man who returned to the city after fleeing months ago, said he came after reports the Congolese army had retaken the town from M23 rebels. "We continue to suffer because security is still not good and people continue to die. We just buried someone 30 minutes ago. Despite the fact they have retaken the city, security is not yet well established," he said. Keiko referred to the conflict as one between the Congolese and Rwandan army. Congo claims that the M23 rebels are backed by Rwanda, an assertion also held by the UN, the US, and the European Union. "Civilians should be assured that each time the Rwandan army fires on our positions or on our population or on displaced people, the armed forces of the Democratic Republic of Congo have the right to react," he said. The UN alleged in a report last year that thousands of Rwandan soldiers were fighting alongside M23. Rwanda denies the allegations. Rwandan President Paul Kagame urged the Congolese government to negotiate with M23 rebels after the group seized several towns last week. M23 rose to prominence a decade ago when its fighters seized Goma, which borders Rwanda. It derives its name from a March 23, 2009, peace deal it accuses the Congolese government of not implementing. After lying largely dormant for a decade, M23 resurfaced in late 2021 and has since captured wide swathes of territory in eastern Congo.
Tuko Ngungu. Ilifika siku zijazo tukiona soda guvernema wanafika mwinchi, wakifika maeneo zetu wakikutukomboa, lakini watu tungali nateseka huku juu bangali na tunyanyasa. Donc watu bangali na uwawa, tunatoka zika mtu hapa mbele kidogo ile yake quelque 30 minutes. Donc malgré que balikamata huku mais du point de vue sécuritaire atuya j'ai trouvé bien.
Aginzi baimu ventura banawezi kuya banagombanisha hatukukomprantira ni juu ya nini. Me tunafurahi juu basatade banakuya banajichanga na Barundi na bakaka yetu kabisa hapa Musidi Kyiv. Habana ubaguzi. Mimi nafurahi juu hao basatade banakuya tena banaenda tosha barebere kule kwetu. Tunafurahi juu tunatarudia.
Il est vrai que nous observons les cessez-le-feu, comme voulu par la hiérarchie, je le répète, mais du moins, soyez rassurés qu'à chaque tir de l'armée rwandaise sur nos positions ou sur notre population ou sur les déplacés, en tout cas les forces armées de la République démocratique du Congo ont le droit de réagir